Welcome to Numbers Boot Camp. Japanese way of counting is quite different from Western way of counting. In this boot camp, you will learn the basic counting, digits, and denomination using survival table. You can also download the accompanied survival table for numbers. It will help you with practicing the counting system. Goal is to master counting 1 to 1 million. After you master the number portion of counting, we will introduce you to another boot camp for the counting units that are specific to objects. Now, let's start with counting in Japanese 1 to 10.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。
Some numbers have more than one way to read, but don't worry about it now, you will learn them in other boot camp. Let's go over 1 to 10 again. Please repeat until you can pronounce them without looking.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。
Japanese has 21 unique number units. Most people know around 10, and only 5 of them are used in daily life. We only practice those 5 here. It's best to remember them as one syllable.
1、10、100、1000、万。1、10、100、1000、万。1、10、100、1000、万。1、10、100、1000、万。1、10、100、1000、万。
Let's move on to the number table now. This is the top portion of the table. Top row shows 1 to 10, and left column shows 10 through 100. After 10, each tenth is expressed as number of tens such as 210, 310, 410, 510, and so on. There are
20、30、40、50、60、70、80、90。
You just learnt 1 through 10. They are at the top in yellow cells. For each 10th row, you just add 1 through 9 after it. There is no exception or change in how you pronounce them. Let's try 11 to 19.
11、12、13、14、15、16、17、18、19。
Let's do the same for 21 through 29.
21、22、23、24、25、26、27、28、29。
30 and up through 99 are the same. You just keep adding 1 through 9 after each tenth. That's how you count from 1 to 99. Let's continue on to 100s. 100s are the same as how you count tens, however, there are some exceptions to remember. Though they are written exactly the same, sometimes Japanese pronunciation changes slightly to make it easier to say. It might not make any difference to you, but you must know these. Of the 9 even 100s, there are 3 that you pronounce differently. 300 is
300
instead of
300
600 is
600、
instead of.
600、
800 is.
800、
instead of.
800。
With that in mind, let's listen to how each 100 sounds.
100、200、300、400、500、600、700、800、900。
System of counting 100 through 999 is the same as 10 through 99. Start from 100s, which is the left column. Add 1 through 99 that you learnt already. This order is the same as Western way of counting. Number of 100 plus number of 10 plus 1 through 9. The next is the thousands. Basically, it's the same as how you count hundreds. Just add another denomination at the beginning. There are 2 exceptions to remember. 1000 is.
1000、
8 is.
8、
But 2 below are read differently. 3000 is.
3000、
Instead of.
3000、
8000 is.
8000、
Instead of.
8000。
Let's listen to each even thousands.
1000、2000、3000、4000、5000、6000、7000、8000、9000。
Good. We are almost there. Before we do some practice, let's go over the table. Here, you see boxes A through D for each denomination. Box D is 10,000 and above. 10,000 is pronounced as.
1万、
It goes all the way up to 99,990,000, which is.
9999万、
Notice that the unit.
1万、
Goes up to 9,000 only. 10,000 is not 10,000 in Japanese, but it's.
1万、
There is no.
10千。
When reading numbers, it's easier to break it down to each denomination and read it from the big one to small one. The order is.
万、千、百、十、一。
Now, let's do some practice. It will be more clear once you read actual numbers.
30、30、36、36、200、200、300、300、600、600、800、800、830、830、472、472、2000、2000、3000、3000、1200、1200、1300、1300、2436、2436、2783、2783、8927、8927、9999、9999、1万、1万、1万3456、1万3456、3万7218、3万7218、9万9999、9万9999。
Getting better? Now, let's try to read a few numbers without any help. Remember to break them into each unit and read from the biggest one down. Also, for 10, 100, and 1000, you don't need to add ichi. 10 is just ju, and not ichi ju. 100 is just hyaku, and not ichi hyaku. 1000 is just sen, and not ichi sen. Only for 10,000 and above, you add ichi. So, 10,000 is ichimon.
$2,650 $2,650 $12,755 $12,755 $9,438 $9,438 $228,234 $228,234 $129,800 $129,800
Great job! Once you learn each unit and how many digits each unit holds, you got them all. Most common numbers you see in real life is 1 through 100,000 or so. Every time you see a number, try reading it in Japanese. As for yen to dollar conversion, you can use 100 yen equals $1 for rough calculation. As you can see in the example, just cut off 2 digits from the right. That's roughly how much it is in dollar. Depending on the exchange rate, you can add 10 to 20% to be more accurate. Great job! You are done with the numbers boot camp. Basic Japanese counting is straightforward. The challenge is to switch from Western way of counting. Please utilize the accompanied table and practice counting 1 to 1 million. If you are interested in counting beyond that, please send us a request. See you next time.
Good job!
You did it! This is the end of this challenge. Please take a little break and continue on to the next challenge.
We'll see you soon.